Government is on course to oversee the biggest tax-raising parliament since records began, according to the Institute for Fiscal Studies analysis. The IFS forecasts taxes will amount to about 37% of national income by the next general election, due in 2024. That would be a level not seen since 1948, just after the Second World War. Responding to the report, a Treasury spokesperson said the most effective tax cut we can deliver is to drive down inflation. We have taken 3 million people out of paying tax altogether since 2010 through raising personal thresholds. Next year, the government will collect upwards of £100 billion more in tax compared to pre-2019 levels, the IFS says. Some Tory MPs are putting pressure on Chancellor Jeremy Hunt to reduce taxes in the government's autumn statement next month. Mr. Hunt, however, said last week that tax cuts were virtually impossible. The analysis by the IFS is published on the eve of the Conservative Party conference in Manchester, which begins on Sunday. The IFS said the data on tax revenues only go back to 1948. Only during and in the immediate aftermath of the two world wars have government revenues, not just those from taxes, grown by as much in this parliament in the 123 years since 1900, the IFS says. The analysis did include a number of caveats, including the point that the level of overall taxation in the UK is fairly middling when compared with other developed countries. Ben Zarenko, a senior research economist at the IFS, said the tax rate was not primarily a direct consequence of the pandemic, when government spending surged to keep the economy afloat. Liz Truss and former cabinet ministers in her short-lived, economically turbulent government launched the Conservative Growth Group in January to push on with her calls to slash taxes and promote radical free market economic policies. Responding to the report, Ms. Truss said, "This unprecedentedly high tax burden is one of the reasons that the British economy is stagnating." Another Conservative, John Redwood, said there were affordable tax cuts to be had, including raising the VAT threshold for businesses and slashing duties on fuel. In an interview with The On Thursday, Mr. Sunak said he thought having inflation by the end of this year was the most important of the 5 pledges.